More than I need, what you want, girl, it's yours. Give me your feelings, I just can't ignore. 'Cause all I want is you, baby. Give me your time, all your love, I've been patient.
What's going on, everybody? It's your girl, Brandy.
It's your boy, Russell the Fourth.
And we are back with another episode of the What They Never Told Us podcast.
And we back, man. As always.
We are back. And guess what, y'all? We are 1 month into marriage. It's our 1 month anniversary.
And you said these noises don't make a difference.
They don't.
Now you needed applause there.
And we're headed on a second honeymoon. We're about to go to Nashville.
You putting a lot on it, sis. A second honeymoon.
Second honeymoon.
Definitely
I feel like
not.
this should be a thing. Like every month we celebrate our anniversary and we take a vacation, at least for the first year.
It's really ambitious. I mean, I think that sounds amazing.
We just repeat our honeymoon over and over and over again.
I'm with it.
No, but we are headed to celebrate the love of another couple. My brother and his fiance are getting married, and they decided to have a joint bachelor and bachelorette party. Are you looking forward to it?
I am. Nah, it's gonna be dope. I'm trying to figure out how I can like participate in the shenanigans without participating in the shenanigans.
Yeah, that's gonna be hard. The girls have an itinerary, and the only thing that I know I'ma just let loose on is the chair dancing classes. I'm trying to take all the lessons.
Girls, y'all fun be like really innocent. Like when men like cut up, it's like
Strip club,
it's like debauchery, and I don't know.
escort service.
Yeah, I'm like, I don't know at this phase of my life if I really, if I can get down with
But they
that.
have safe stuff on your list, right? Weren't you guys like
And
going
it's not
golfing?
Nah, they trying to hoop. Talking about some bring basketball. I'm not trying to hoop.
Oh, y'all gonna play basketball in the
They are.
Nashville Sun.
They are.
You gonna be
I'm
the
not.
referee?
I'm not doing that. They're talking about.
You
And
gotta
first of all,
participate.
and this how you know, it's like men just trying to put manly stuff on there. Who goes straight from the basketball court to the strip club?
Y'all don't got a shower break.
I said this itinerary is sick.
Y'all don't have a shower break.
I mean, maybe they like, gyms. I don't think we're going to be in the sun. I think it's like,
okay.
at like a gym.
Okay.
Maybe they got showers and stuff there. But once again, we don't use them showers.
Well, that's where you cut out anyway. So you come back to the crib.
No, I never was there in general. Like, hooping. I ain't going on vacation to play 5-on-5.
Well, listen, if the hoop session coincide with the chair dancing session, you're gonna have to find something to do because I'm going to.
I'm
going to
good.
chair
I'm
dance.
looking for a spot to take a nap. I'm on vacation like you, always trying to do something. I can't wait to get everybody out the crib by myself. I'm going to say, hey, you know what? I'm going to just spend time in the house and talk to God. That's what I'm telling them to go hoop.
Listen.
I'm pulling the minister card because ain't no way. And I ain't gonna hold you up. Even like when I was out there, like strip clubs still just never
Just
were
wasn't your thing.
Nah, not at all.
They were mine.
I need authenticity, and I know you don't really care nothing about dancing on me. Like,
I was in the strip club cutting that.
ooh, you cute. I like your hat. Do you? I'm good. Keep my little $5.
I used to buy GL. They got the best food in the strip club too.
Huh?
Maybe you should just go to eat.
I'm good.
I ain't pressuring you to go to the strip club.
Yeah, nah, I'm straight. It's just not. It's legitimately not my thing.
Because I'm about to master the country twerk at the class. And then
The what?
The country twerk.
I'm just trying to hit a karaoke bar. That's all I need.
You just want to be picked up. You're not going down there to be discovered.
I'm going down there.
not about
I'm getting
you.
signed and say he's black. He sounds like I don't know. It's a country. I don't know.
What's the old boy name? The black boy, the little light skinned Chris Brown boy. Ain't that his name, Chris?
Yeah, I can't.
Somebody
think of
Brown.
his name.
Kane Brown.
Kane Brown. He sounds like Kane Brown.
No, we not coming out of Nashville with a.
I'm coming out with a
record
signing
deal.
bonus. What you talking about? Come back here and get a nice little house for us.
But I was thinking about like that. Like, do you feel like you missed out on that, like a bachelor party this time around?
Yeah, I do, because I wanted that, and I didn't realize until it was too late.
Yeah,
and I communicate. I ain't gonna put nobody out there, but I did communicate with one of my homies, and I don't think he was at liberty to move. I don't think he was in a position to be like, hey, babe, I'm doing a bachelor party. She was like, who? So it didn't happen, but it's all good. I don't think I missed out, but I think I would have enjoyed it.
I didn't want a bachelorette party. I did want a bridal shower, so I'm glad that I got like that space. But bachelorette party to me is like the ones that I've seen or been involved in. It's like drinking and just, you know what I'm saying, just stuff that I don't do anymore. So it wasn't even like a thing for me.
Yeah.
But I'm sad that you didn't get to celebrate in some kind of way.
I was, tell the truth, the only reason why I feel bad is because I was trying to make up for my first wedding, my first bachelor party, which was even worse.
That's a bad idea anyway.
Even worse. Like, so look, quick story. My first bachelor party, if you even want to call it that, this is how lame I was. Not even lame. It's how saved I was. I said, y'all, let's just go play laser tag.
They was like, what?
Nah, that's how they fooled me. They really say, yo, yeah, that'd be dope. Whole time I think we really finna do that. Number one, I had the most like square outfit on. I had on like a sweater with like a white button up under it with some khakis.
What kind of laser tag was you gonna play?
I don't know. I didn't think it through. Like I was focused on the rehearsal, the wedding rehearsal. You know what I'm saying? So we go out there and then we pull over. And I said, this ain't. Oh, no. They took me there. And I was like, oh, it's closed. I said, dang it, man. And then they went in the car and brought all of these bottles. It was like, we know what to do. I said, oh, man, I told you I ain't with that, man. Like, nah, I don't do that. Like, what y'all doing? They said, come on, man. It's your way. I was like, man, I'm good. Like, I told, like, I don't even know why y'all set yourselves up for that. And I knew there was too many people there. There's people there that was so hyped. I said, I should have known y'all wouldn't here to go to no laser tag. That was finna just have a grand old time.
Did you go to the strip club?
No, we did not. We went back to my homie's crib and we sat there till about 2:00 in the morning debating basketball. And then right around like 1:40, I felt myself going to sleep. And it hit me. Like, I'm getting married tomorrow. And I said, yo. They were like, what? I said, yo, I get married tomorrow. They said, duh. I said, fam, we got to do something. They said, yo, it's 1:40. Everything closes at 2. There's nothing to do. Man, I went to try to catch something to drink. Like, it was just, yeah. We tried. We went to Denny's.
Wow.
Yeah, it was terrible. So what I wanted to do was make up for that since I've been out in the world, knew how to party a little bit more, but yeah, God crashed my plans. It's all good.
And I really wanted to marry you and I didn't want to have to kill you, so.
Kill me for what?
I don't know, whatever.
Look at you.
Whatever bachelor party shenanigans you was going to try to get into. Look, you was going to try to make up for it.
Look, we see my parameters of like partying. I don't like strip clubs. I didn't even go on the one time when I got the green light the first time. It would have been something like, I just would have been there like, this is nice. All right, I'm ready to go.
Yeah, I'm going to try not to be like a Debbie Downer. First of all, it's my little brother. So like, I got a certain sense of protection for him anyways. And then I don't do, the normal. They're young, so I don't do the normal little kids. Yeah. So I'm trying not to be. So we've decided there are a couple food spots that we want to hit up. So we're going to let the kids do their thing. Sure. We're just going to enjoy Nashville. So I'm
What's
excited.
What's the peach cobbler spot?
Peach Cobbler Factory.
Oh, yeah.
It's top on the list.
Yeah. That's what I'm trying to, that's where I'm trying to have my nightcap.
I don't even know why I made that one today.
That's hold out. It's delicious. You set the bar high. I hope it's good.
Nah, but it's going to be fun to celebrate another marriage, So now we the veterans. You know what I'm saying? They're going to be the newlyweds. We the veterans. Nah,
we're not veterans.
We're veterans.
Yeah, it's our 1 month.
Marriage advice.
After 1 month.
I'll be on the party bus giving all the marriage advice.
You better not.
Like, we know we're goals. Like, this is what you want to do.
We're gonna really hard eye roll. Really hard eye roll.
This is how you do it.
No one's going to say that.
Look at us as the example. Like, this is how we did it. And this is how you get a happy marriage after 1 month.
I absolutely hate it. And number one, awesome segue, by the way. That was fire. That was so good. You should
just let it happen.
I know. I can't help it. It's so good that I can't help but be like,
just let it happen.
Oh, that's so good. We talk about relationship goals. It's so good that everyone's going to know that you did that on purpose. There's no way conversations don't naturally flow like that.
Yes, they do if you don't say nothing.
What a coincidence. The very thing we're talking about is about our subject.
If you don't say nothing, they do.
Now, y'all know she smoked that. That was amazing.
I'm trying to step on my shine.
You so good.
Anyways, yeah, so we decided to come.
Segbe. That ain't.
I'm gonna do it again.
Segbe.
Let it go.
I'm putting it on the back of a jersey when we get to Nashville.
Talk to y'all about relationship goals. Like, what does that mean? I think we live out loud. We're very popular. Or not popular. We're very what's the word I'm looking for? I don't know. We're frequent social medias. We're always on social media. You know, we're either posting one another or just posting something about relationships.
And that started pretty early.
Yeah. Like,
yeah.
Well, early-ish, right?
Well, for me, because at the time that you come into my life, I was on this really heavy, like, I'm posting everything. Anything that's worth seeing in my life is going on Facebook.
And see, I was the exact opposite. Like, I wasn't even on Facebook.
You just comment on everybody else's stuff. You wasn't posting
No,
nothing.
I wasn't even on Facebook. Like,
oh, you mean just
like,
for the
you know
longest.
what I'm saying? I wasn't even on Facebook. I only had Instagram, and my Instagram was very like kid forward. Like,
number one, I'm still not over how you just was so anti-Facebook.
And then I got divorced, and so even on my Instagram post, I think my ex-husband was on there maybe once for his birthday. Like, I posted something like right after we had got married. But yeah, I wasn't a personal information poster on social media if it didn't pertain to the kids. And then when I got on Facebook, like, I remember you were trying just a few weeks ago trying to go to my very first, like, some of our very first posts on Facebook, and you was like, "Do you post a prayer every day?" Yes, I do. That's all I did on Facebook.
Wow, you're dedicated.
I posted a prayer every single day. So
Bible Labs need to send you a check.
When we started, even I think I was hinting to the fact that, like, we were doing something. I remember posting a picture like, you know, features courtesy of my parents' smile, courtesy of you know who you are. Yeah. So, like, I was hinting that there's somebody that's really making me smile, but wasn't saying anything. So your post on my birthday was really the first, like, we're here.
Yeah,
we're a couple.
Yeah,
but since then,
and I do think, for what it's worth, like, for me, I'll speak for me because I don't know what it was for you, and I know we'll talk about, because there was a little trepidation there for you from the beginning. But I think, in our little corner of the world, small town, you know, living, we saw that there was immediate impact in that space, right? No context whatsoever. You know what I mean? In terms of relationships, I think the people who had an idea of what was going on in my life, it was question marks. You know what I mean? Because at one point I was married, and then all of a sudden you don't see anything about that. So people are wondering, like, what's going on? They've heard rumors and stuff. The next thing you know, who's this?
There's a girl.
Who is this? Oh, shoot. Wait a minute.
You say next thing you know, but it was like years.
It's 4 years.
Yeah.
But you know, when you don't speak on something, like, even though there's rumors, like, you know what I'm saying?
Absolutely.
In this day and age where everybody's posting everything about their personal business, the ones that don't, it's like I wonder, I don't know. I ain't seen her talk about something. You think they, that's how it goes. So, without any context, there were people who were like, yo, this is dope. Or, oh man, like, this is inspiring. I remember when y'all used to date back in the day. This makes my heart feel good. And that was the first time I felt a tugging, like, and I think I'm pulled to things that I feel like are intentional, that, give positivity or whatever. So I mean, it was like, wow, like, this is weird that people even care. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. It's weird.
I think when you posted for my birthday, I was kind of like, it's weird because we just talked about this, but I guess I was testing you, right? I was trying to see if I knew there were a few stragglers, to put it in a nice way. And I wanted to see, like, were you keeping them hanging on, or were they just hanging on because they weren't ready to let you go? So I'm like, dang, I couldn't even get a post for my birthday or whatever. I said something slick like that. And I was like, I'm not telling you to do it, but, like, you didn't even think. And so you stopped everything right there and, like, found a picture and posted it. And I was like, ooh, I don't know if I wanted him to do that.
Yeah. Careful what you ask for.
like this make it official. Once it's on Facebook, once you change that relationship status or post your boo, like, you can't take it back. Ain't no take backs. Like,
yeah. And honestly, and this is like a side street that I'm turning down, not necessarily applicable, but I will say this about that particular day. That was so necessary because for somebody like me who struggles with boundaries, you know what I mean? Especially where there's somebody who used to have a lot of access to you.
Yeah.
And now you need to make a shift in your life to where now there's a dynamic that has to change.
Yes.
That's an area in which I've struggled a lot. You know what I mean? Because it's hard for me to just
turn it off.
Not even just turn it off, but to like, it feels cold-hearted.
Yeah.
And I know that's not what it is, and I know it's necessary, but it felt like that. So for what it's worth, that just shows you how much and how crazy I was about you because, and I'm going to say this, there were people I cared about during that season before I posted you who I didn't even I didn't consider that because I just, you know what I mean? I'm being private, you know, people don't know my situation with my marriage and everything that was going on at that time. So I was like, yo, everything was like, shh, hush, hush.
Yeah.
I'm on vacation taking solo shots.
But I think that, so one of the things that we dealt with early on was like me kind of feeling like there were still attachments to you.
There were.
And so like you taking that step, one, showed me that you were ready to go there, but I don't think I was ready for the backlash because with the...
You caught backlash?
Not backlash necessarily. No, you caught backlash and I just had to
you
hear
were.
about it.
I don't know why I was so open with you. Man, guess what happened today?
So she just called me and she like, yo, you got a girlfriend?
You need to know I'm a commodity out here.
Whatever.
You know what you got?
Whatever. But it made those fears more. You know what I'm saying? Like, oh, they attached enough where they can call you and think they about to check you about it. And I was ready to dip. I was ready
for
to be
what?
Like, because I ain't know what you had going on. Like, to me, I think I told you this.
Yeah.
When it's an ex, like it's an ex, it's very clear that
there's a difference between stuff that I'm doing versus someone like.
Right, but they still felt the space to come to you and say something. Like, so to me, in my mind, it was something that wasn't clear. You know what I'm saying? I know what you felt, like it was very clear, but I also told you, like, well, girls, if you're still doing some of the stuff that you used to do, you know what I'm saying? It blurs the lines a little bit.
What I think it is, and I think it's further solidified in that season, is that, and I don't want to genderfy it,
but you about to.
People who are just really in love, like when that door closes. And I'll say this, and I think we've talked about this before, I've never had a messy breakup ever. And I'm so emotional and I'm so hardwired to like help people that almost in every scenario that when I break up people, I'm helping them walk through it. Like almost like counseling, like, listen, I understand, like your feelings are valid. Like, of course, like, you know, like I get it. Yeah, like I'm walking them through that pain. So even though we're not together, it's never been contentious. So I might not, there's people who I literally hadn't talked to in a year, but we're still holding out hope that, you know, like I'm not saying, this is going to sound so egotistical and I'm putting it out there because I know it, I'm aware of it. And I'm also putting it out there so you know it's not. This is legitimately how I feel. Like I'm aware of what I bring to the table. You know what I mean? And because I'm hardwired to help, I bring that in relationships. I had to mourn the fact that you don't need my help like that. I'm like, dang, let me help you. Remember we went through this? I'm like, dang. People be liking when I say stuff. You don't never listen. More on that in the future. And since we talk about relationship goals. But I've always been utilized that, like, yo, this is what I'm going through. Da, 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 da. And I think it wasn't necessarily them grieving a romantic relationship. It was grieving support, if I'm being honest with you. And I think people are holding out hope. So, but I get why you just not having that context were like, nah, this
something ain't right.
Something ain't right.
Why do she feel like she can call you and check you about what you're doing?
First of all, no one called me and checked me. Everybody was
make it make sense.
And they were calling. Really? It's just been a year. I was with you, Mama, and I never got a post.
You ain't me, boo.
How long you been talking to, and you gonna post her? Yes. That's what it was.
What happens when you meet a game changer?
Okay, don't do that. Don't do that. But I get why you would feel like that.
Yeah. So I think, and so when people saw that post, it was a lot of congratulations, a lot of I'm happy for y'all, I can't believe this, like all this stuff.
They had a
but what
subgroup.
you didn't see, yeah, there was a group that was started to talk about it. It
In
was
like a
amazing to
private
me.
dude.
Yeah.
Like a group of like, I can't remember how many people they said was in
Yeah,
it. But
somebody said, somebody asked in the group chat. I'm like, the group chat?
somebody made a
Y'all
group
got
chat
a
to talk
group
about this. So y'all see this? What we think? Oh, I love it. Oh, we love it, y'all. Too funny.
But yeah, it just makes you think that like the stuff that you see on social media is not really the full picture of what's going on. So like people saw that picture and it's just, oh, we're happy for you, but they don't understand behind the scenes, like that created something that we really had to work through. Like,
And I think at every juncture, and it didn't stop from there, because after that, and I already was like on this like social media, like putting content out into the world. So you just being around me almost all the time, you kind of just got sucked into it.
yeah.
So I'm like, oh, yo, I'm cutting on the camera. We finna do this. We finna do what? Well, we finna do what? Yo, we gonna try this new Coca-Cola. It's gonna be good. Why? Because it's gonna be good. But why though?
Yeah, it was
But
very
why, though?
contentious.
Yeah, it was like all of this podcast, this camera being on us right now. She didn't want none of this. Like, this was a path I was on, and I thank God she was just willing to like be open to it. You know what I mean, and see like the value she got in this space. But it's good that it's good that we balance each other out in that way.
Yeah,
I push her, she pushes me. But I'm just saying that to say that it was a lot of content and people seeing us at like good moments. And I will say, like, when we did cut the camera on, we weren't putting on.
no, absolutely
Like,
not.
it was like, all right, the camera's on, all right. You know what I mean?
Let's pretend like we're in love.
Nah, it was like during the like
Real moments.
the best part of the relationship. Like, and you know that beginning part of the relationship when it seems like everything is just roses and sunshine, and it's like because both of y'all are like trying to like put on like show
our best self.
show your best selves. Like, I like you, I want you to like me.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So I'm gonna show you all the good stuff, and you ain't really got to the nitty gritty yet. So the context that people had from what this relationship was all of those moments, these dates, you know, going off with
dope
funny
conversations
moments
on the couch that just
yes,
but that was really our relationship
for sure.
But what you don't see is just like the everyday stuff, like and the issues that we encountered, the things that we had to work through and talk about. And I think that one thing that we both talked about early on when we started posting on social media was like we kept saying, oh, y'all relationship goals like this, I want this. When we posted the proposal, so many women were like, I can't wait to find that. How do I get that? And I'm like, yo, I don't ever want to be that.
That's Russell
want to
goals.
be no what.
Yeah, no, the women they want to Russell, you know.
Okay,
and that's the relationship goals are hard to come by, but Russell goals, you know,
you're doing a lot.
I'm
right
just
now.
I'm just
a whole lot.
I'll play it. I ain't trying to step on your moment, because honestly, like, yeah, that's a real dynamic. And I don't know where that came from, but I do recall like the more that social media became like people's highlight reel, and the more it became woven in the fabric of society, there were so many people who, like us, were just like, yo, this is a dope moment and I want to share it.
Yeah.
And then people are like, yo, that right there,
I want that.
I want that. You know what I'm saying?
And I mean, not saying that what y'all see on social media is not real, because it is real. Like, we're good and we're great together. We complement each other very well, but like, he's him and I'm me, and we work well together. But our good and our great can't be y'all goals. Like, y'all can't try to recreate what we have. And so I get a little, I don't know what the word is. It makes me cringe, honestly, when people say that like we're relationship goals, or even that another couple is relationship goals, because you really don't know what that means and what that entails. And when you go out and you're looking for something that you see like, oh, that works for her, he does this for her, he's really good, he's funny, he does this, and you going out and looking for that in somebody else, and then you find that and come to find out that's not what you need.
Yeah.
Like you have to set your own goals. So I just wanted to make sure that everybody like, yes, we're good. We have a great relationship. It's very loving. It's heaven sent, but it shouldn't be your goal.
Yeah. And I will say, I think we got to differentiate like the idea of relationship goals and just like there are healthy relationship goals. Like if you see me and her happy and say, I want to be happy.
Yes.
I don't think there's anything wrong with that. Like if you look at us in like, for instance, we just shared our wedding photos. There was a couple shots that we had immediately and we posted, but we got the finals. Shout out to Miami.
Hey girl.
Dopest photographer in the world. But we posted them and we got that. You know what I mean? Y'all are, or I can't remember what the exact phrase was, but I do know I saw relationship goals, right? And I'm with you. The immediate response is like, ugh. You know what I'm saying? Because no, I don't want that weight. No, I don't want that weight.
No.
You know what I'm saying? I don't want to be on anybody's pedestal for any reason. Same reason why I ran from preaching. Same reason I ran from anything that had to, like anything that's supposed to puts a standard.
Yeah.
Puts a standard for like that. Yeah. That didn't sound right. Everyone should have a standard for living, but pedestals,
yes,
platforms scare me because I understand the weight. You know what I mean? Like, I don't know if we talked about this on the episode we aired or when we didn't, but I remember how flabbergasted people were when Megan Good and Devon Franklin, the news of their divorce, and they communicated it well. The way they communicated it made it seem like it was amicable. It was something that they both decided on, but the way people reacted as if this was like earth-shattering news. Because the only context you got from them is just, oh, yo, I love it. I love how he supports her. I love how they wrote books. Similar path to like stuff we're on in terms of just like promoting healthy relationships.
Yeah.
And that's scary to think that something that we're going through could be a stumbling block for somebody else
in their relationship. Yeah. I think that for us, the purpose of us living and loving out loud was really to show people like real love does exist, but it's not just the good stuff. Like when you choose to love somebody, like you choose to love the bad stuff that they need to work through too. And while maybe on social media, we're not like blasting each other, like, guess what he said. But I think this platform in general is allowing us to talk about not only the good stuff, but also let y'all know, like, yeah, there's some things that we had to work through, and it doesn't change the fact that we're still great together. It just makes it more real so that I know I'm going to mess up. I'm going to tell you right now, it might not be some cheating or something like that, but I'm going to fail him. It's just natural. And I don't want, if we come here to talk about it and then somebody be like, oh, I knew that was fake, or I knew that wasn't real, or I knew it wasn't as perfect as they tried to make it seem. Like, nah, it's as real as we try to make it seem. Like, it's tough. And I don't just want to show the good stuff and give y'all an example of to go look for and to go find. And then when you run into hard times, you're like, well, they didn't tell us about this.
Absolutely. And like, just piggyback on what you're saying, I agree with you. I think that's one of the reasons why I thank God for us having this platform, so that we can give context to those isolated moments that y'all see, which are dope. And I'm glad they're inspiring. But now y'all need to know the context, right? So, yeah, you see me crying when she coming down the aisle. But you can come on this platform and hear, like, no, it was how we handled these difficult conversations. It was in those moments when I was more vulnerable with her than I have been with anybody across me up, and vice versa, right? Like reaching that level of vulnerability, and that's not easy. That's difficult to do, like to expose yourself to somebody. And we've said this a lot of times, like loving someone is giving them the key to hurt you in a way that no one else can.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
I think about, like you said, the picture of you with the tear. I think about the picture where like you're looking forward at my pastor and I'm just holding your hand and just kind of like looking up at you with these loving arms. And I remember in that moment, I had just walked down the aisle to you. Like, we grabbed hands and then we're standing there. And I was like, yo, like, I just feel safe. Like, and I kind of look up at you as like, this is it. Like, this is really happening. Like, this is the moment that I've always wanted in my life, just to feel safe and secure. And so what you don't know just from looking at a happy photo was like, I've been failed so many times, and to still have the courage to love again, like in that moment, was like, thank you, God. That's all I could think about.
Yeah.
But if you just see a bride looking up at her husband and you're like, oh yeah, I want that. Like, yo, I had to fight for that. Like, it's an everyday fight. But the struggle coming from where I was to being in this place, and that's the stuff I don't want to skip over. That's the stuff I don't want people to miss, because it's real life. And there is somebody right now who's like in this pit where they've been failed in relationships and they don't think that it's possible. And they see that photo and they're like, oh, if it happened for her, because we have this platform and we can tell about those stories.
Yeah.
Like, I can get it too. Yeah. That's the type of goal. Like, I want to inspire people to do the work.
Yeah.
Then instead of just looking up at the final product.
Yeah. Or vice versa. Like, because that's the right way it should happen. Mm-hmm. On the flip end, the people who look at a picture or a moment and are in a relationship that has all of the foundation to be something really dope and amazing, but because you're comparing it to somebody unrealistic image without the full picture, now you're measuring your situation, especially when you come out that honeymoon phase we was talking about.
Yeah.
That beginning phase, right? And you start going from, let me show you all the good things about me, to you going to the phase of, oh, what about me, right? Or what do you do for me? And then it shifts from, us at mutually and at the same time trying to love on each other well, to now we're both sitting back at the same time and saying, well, what about this? What about that? Right. Yeah. And I cannot tell you how these moments impacted us, right? Real moments, going through different phases of relationship. And even at the wedding, even those wedding photos, you would have no idea that we just came out of dual marriage counseling sessions that had both of us at several moments like, yo, are we ready for this? Is this really what we want? Can we do this? How we got to the money conversation and was like, hold up. I know we was gonna move forward, but we need to park here for a little bit. Yeah. Or the conversation about context and boundaries. Mm-hmm.
Oh yeah.
That right there. Nah, that rocked us. That rocked us.
Boundaries for sure. Like, that almost took us out the game, if we be honest.
Facts. And misunderstand, like, normal stuff that people go through. You know what I mean? Like, but when you don't know the work that goes into it and you're just left with this rosy picture, you start looking at the picture and saying goals. Now, I would say that goals is the therapy. Mm-hmm. The goals is like being at this moment where you feel like, I don't see how we can make it past this, but having the courage to keep coming back to the table. You know what I mean? Maybe we ain't gonna fix it right here, but you know what? I'm still loving you. Let's come back. Oh, nope.
Let's try it again.
Nope. We're not ready. Okay.
It literally took us. I mean, and not even to say that we've officially like worked through it, but even to get to a place where we could talk about it without getting angry or upset or feeling attacked by the other person. Like it took us a good month to get to a place where we could, and not just a month of like, we did marriage counseling twice a week, but it was a month at marriage counseling and then a month back in our real lives every day, trying to get to a place where we could just have a amicable conversation about what we were feeling.
Yeah.
So like when he's talking about the work that we put in, yes, we want everybody, that's why we do this, to find themselves and then find a partner that complements them in the way that they need so that you can have a healthy relationship. But like, it's not easy. And we don't want y'all to just see the fun, the cute, the pretty, the in love and think that you're just gonna go out and find that on the street.
Absolutely. And I mean, you might meet the love of your life on the street, you know,
but it ain't gonna be easy.
Nah.
I don't care if they're the perfect match for you. I said it, I don't know, I think it was at the proposal, could not have crafted. I couldn't even fathom in my mind to draw up a more perfect person for me than you. We still have issues.
Yeah, that's realistic. And I hope at this phase of life, and I feel like most of our listeners are around the same age as us, in that 30, 25 and up. I hope at this phase or have come to find out that relationships require work.
I don't know if everybody knows that.
I hope you do. And
if you don't, we here to tell you.
I hope you hear me. And this is after failures, you know what I mean? And even coming to a situation that I'm extremely happy in. And still having moments that you're like, wow, this is difficult. We just had a conversation yesterday, and it went by so smooth. And afterwards, I said, "Hey, yo,
we smoked that.
Hey, yo, we smoked that conversation." And the only reason why I had to say that is because there were so many attempts with conversations with a similar tone where it would go left, right?
Yeah.
Where not that the situation is that deep, and sometimes it is. Sometimes it's not. Sometimes it's just I communicate this way, you communicate this way. Something gets lost in translation, and how we deal with that frustration just takes it further than where it needs to go. You know what I mean? So, not for nothing, it took us what, 2 years?
2 years.
2 years, and ain't like we saying like
And
every conversation is gonna go like this.
Because we married and we still like trying to figure out the best way to bring up harsh truths to one another. Like, no matter what your relationship is, it's hard to be completely honest with somebody if you think like in your head that it's going to hurt their feelings or they're going to take it the wrong way. Then we're trying to add sugar to it, or we're trying to suppress it and not say anything. But I think one thing that we've realized is like, we got to say it. So now we have to figure out how to say it. And we're in the period now where like, we did implement truth moments, but like there are some times where like we're just having a normal conversation and you say something and it triggers the person that you're talking to and you don't even know it. So then how do we deal with that? And I think that's what we were working through yesterday. It's like we're both just talking to each other like we would have a normal conversation, but the way I'm responding to you is triggering something in you. Or you say something to me and the way you say it is triggering something in me. And now we've created this issue that neither one of us are really aware of. It's just the way we talk, or it's just the way we respond. And working through that, it was hard. Like in the car, there were moments where I was like, don't roll your eyes, don't sigh, don't, fall back into those normal mechanisms, because I know that it's not helpful for our relationship, but it still is a work in progress is basically what I'm trying to get to. Is like, even through all the happiness, like we still have stuff we have to work on. And the only thing that makes it worth it is knowing that regardless, he gonna be there on the other end of it.
Yeah. And I think it's beneficial for like everybody to love what you have, not what you want.
Yeah.
What you actually have, right? So you'll always be able to see something, especially like in today's age where you have access to look at anything you want to see on the World Wide Web. From sexual things to just peeking into somebody's life on social media. Like our eyes can touch places that people's eyes couldn't touch.
Yeah, we didn't have access to before.
Decades ago, you know what I mean? So in this day and age, you have to be very secure in what you have and cherish what it is that you have. There's always going to be a beautiful man with, I don't know, there's always things that is going to be attractive to her that aren't qualities of mine. And it's insane for me to think that she only has eyes for the qualities. I'm like, nah, I'm not that naive to think that like Trey Songz crooning on the, you know what I'm saying? Like, nah, I'm sure her eyes like that. But there's something wrong if she looks at that and says, that's goals. If I can get him to be that, oh man, I just know I'd be like, this would be perfect. Or man, I really love this girl's like, way that she just adorns her man. If I can get Brandy to be like that, oh, this would just be perfect. Like, no, this is what I have. And it's not coincidental. It's not by accident. This is something that God looked at when he created me and said, you know what? This is going to be good for him. This is what he needs. And not to say that it's completely perfect and everything, but everything about her is necessity for me. And when I understand that and when I know that, now I'm not shifted by seeing something that's good to my eye, but it might not be good for my soul. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Or on the flip side of that, like I notice how my spouse responds or how he peaks up when he sees certain things or certain qualities. And now I'm doing detriment to who I am as a person trying to be what I think he likes. Like, we are good enough for each other as we are. And I think it goes back to when you said, like, you're looking at a situation, you have everything, all the foundational needs to be perfect in your relationship for your partner, but because you see somebody else living what you have an idea is a goal, now you're unsatisfied with what you have. You can also become unsatisfied in who you are in that relationship and what you bring to the table. Like, we talk about really knowing ourselves, and for me, like, knowing just even small things, like the women that you surround yourself with that have incredible vocal talents, you know what I'm saying? And knowing I can't sing a lick, you know what I'm saying? And then start to feel insecure in that, like, oh, he likes women who can sing. You know what I'm saying? He's drawn to that. He appreciates that, but I can't do that. So now I'm less than perfect for you. It's a thought that has crossed my mind.
That's why you be trying to hit them notes.
Nah, I can sing for real in my head. While you playing
my head,
it just don't come out and translate the way I hear it.
For sure, I'm with you.
Know what I'm saying?
I'm with you.
Something ain't connected. I'm sorry, I'm sticking to it. But for real, it did at a point. It tried to create an insecurity in me. Like, how do I compete with that? I can't sing. So like, I hear music, like you would play me music that you've made with other women, and I'm like, yo, like, whether y'all was trying to pull that out or not, like, I hear passion in that. And how do we create that same thing? And then I had to realize, like, I don't need to recreate that passion or that experience that you had with somebody else. Like, what we have is unique and is good enough. And I think people lose that looking at others and their relationship. Like, you lose the uniqueness and the beauty and what just you and your partner bring to each other.
Is there anything that you always wanted to be a dynamic of your relationship that's not a part of ours? Or maybe there's something that you always did and is a part. Like, I used to love Martin and Gina and how they used to clown with each other. Like, they used to like joke on each other. They had like a playful dynamic. And that's a part of a relationship. I really love that.
Yeah, so there's something that I knew that I didn't want that I got. And I'm trying to adjust to that.
Let me hear it.
I mean, I've always been the dominant one in my relationship. So, like, I think we're both dominant personalities. We both like to be the one in charge and making decisions. So, knowing that our relationship can't thrive if we're both that, and I really do want you to be the head of our family. It's just that I might not have been so aware of how that occurs. Like, I just thought, like, I still do everything and you just feel like that. But
this makes so much more sense.
I actually have to let you be that. Like, no, you the head, but I'm just gonna go take care of everything. Like, I just need to make him feel like.
You know what I love about this podcast? It lets me hear stuff that I never knew was inside of your head, and now I get it. I get it.
Oh, like, in order for him to be the head, like, I have to, like, let him do stuff. I gotta fall back. And so for me, it's been a huge adjustment to, like, and I think that's why you think you get some of the feelings that you get is because I'm still trying to conceptualize what that looks like. It is something that I want, but I'm not sure I knew how to do it.
Yeah, I'm gonna be honest with you. It's still something we trying to work through.
Yeah, 100%.
Yeah, even the kids, they so used to you doing stuff. I'd be like, yo, I'm
They
right
act
here.
like they invisible. Mom.
They be like, yo, mom, can I get a juice box? Yo, you can get a juice box.
But mom,
They be like this. Look. Mom, can I get a juice? Nah, man. Like you ain't got no authority to tell me if I get no juice box. Who you think you are?
it's a real adjustment all
It's
around.
a real thing. But I've learned to like shift, and I've learned to shift my thought process from being frustrated to appreciating the challenge, right? Like, I hope this doesn't come off bad, but I'm just gonna say how I feel it. I'm a different man than what they might have seen.
Yes, that's true.
And this ain't no slight to anybody, but I appreciate the fact that they get a chance to like learn that, like if you fell down, we don't have to wait for your mom to get out the bathroom for you to get a Band-Aid and some peroxide and be like, it's gonna be okay. Like a nurturing side of a man, or an empathic or sensitive side. I appreciate the fact that I can show them something they might not have ever seen. When as before, I was like, yo, what, am I invisible?
You just don't see me sitting here.
Sit down. You go get a Band-Aid right now. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, absolutely.
But that's an example of the stuff that maybe people don't see. Yeah. But it's a dynamic that we're consistently trying to work through, right? Where like, not just in the kid space, but just in your life, right? Like, nah, I'm not used to having a man like this around.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
So there's a situation that you weren't really aware of, but you were aware of. So like,
and I'm about to find out about it on the podcast.
No, you were aware of it, but you weren't like really aware of it. So my former church is going to an event in September, and it's TD Jakes is the last woman thou art loose. So I went to Russell and I said, yo, the plane ticket is this. Can I use money from the funds to buy the plane ticket? And you had valid reasons of like, yo, is that the best use right now of what the money was for? I had the money in my personal account, and it was a huge struggle in me not to just go buy the plane ticket.
Why didn't you tell me it was in your personal account?
No, because I didn't want to spend my personal money. I wanted to spend our money because my personal money is like for my nails and my eyebrows and stuff.
Okay.
But I'm trying to be more inclusive and more collaborative in my conversations, and realizing that before it was just my money and I could go do whatever I wanted with it. Yeah. Now it's our money, and I have to be considerate of what you think it should be spent on.
I want you to know I saw that.
So
I felt that.
Yeah. So I didn't buy the ticket. Like the price wasn't the price anymore, and I just had to deal.
Is it up?
With that a little bit, but I just had to deal with what that was and how that felt.
Baby,
but
we gonna get you that plane ticket because this is so sexy. Man.
In that moment, you know what?
You gonna fly.
In that moment, it was a real struggle for me to be like, yo, I'm gonna just go spend the money and get the account in, and get the ticket anyway. He ain't gonna tell me what I can do with my own money. I put money in that account too. Like all of those things were spinning in my head, but the overreaching thing was like, yo, that's your husband, and he shares in everything with you. So like, if he say it's cool for you to go, but you can't do it right now, then you can't do it right now, period. And at first it sucked, but then I was like, yo, like, it's not just somebody who's going to support my impulses to just buy because I want to go. You know what I'm saying? Like, you're looking more long term. Like, yo, we got bills for this month. Let's make sure those are paid first. And then what was ever left over, you can put on your plane ticket. And even though the logic made sense to me, the feelings were like, you can't tell me what to do. And I was glad in that moment. I didn't have to boast about that to you. Like, you see what I did. I didn't go do it. You didn't know you found out today that, I had the money to do it, but I just didn't do it because I want you to know that, your word holds weight with me. And I know that that's something that we've struggled with. So it was my way of just being like, yo, you got to fall back and let him be the man. And like, That's your husband, and he know what's best. Even if you don't feel like that's the honest, that's the the best route to go. And I do know now that it was.
That makes me feel good. That's dope.
But y'all don't see them struggles. Y'all just see the happy pictures.
I forgot we was podcasting. I'm saying like, oh wow.
He's so sentimental, y'all.
I
It's
forgot we
really
was at.
sad. He about to cry when we get off
No,
here.
I'm definitely not. But no, I think this is, I think the main thing for me is like, and I think for everybody listening, right? Like, we got to be really careful about what we see and what compartment we put that in, right? Like, desiring happiness and all that stuff is good, but some shoes ain't made for us. Like, we can't walk in everybody's shoes, right? And I think we said this on another episode, but yeah, you might look at the brand and be like, man, like, see, that's what I want right there. That's what I need in a girl.
Whole time you can't
handle no Brandy. You don't even know what you're doing. You get lost out here.
Soon as you
Whole
find it.
world upside down. You can't handle this, and I'm gonna get on your nerves.
Yeah, really, you just needed to be happy with Tiffany. Like,
That part.
Tiffany was made for you. But
part.
if you're just looking at Brandy, like, and just the stuff that you see, you know what I'm saying? Y'all only see what we want y'all to see. And behind the scenes, if it wasn't as great as it is in front, luckily, thank God it is. But if it wasn't, you would never know that.
This podcast is about the closest y'all gonna get to it, and we talk to y'all about it most of the time after the fact, and after we're comfortable talking about it in a way that is less contentious.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But like, there's never a point where we're at a low point, and my thought is, you know what?
Let's get on the podcast.
Let's put this up on Facebook.
Let's talk about baby daddies.
Nah, I'm good on that. Yo, you wow. Hey, let's talk about ex-wives right now. Nah, we're good on that. Yeah, and like, I think that's the beauty in it, right? And the dope stuff isn't always the stuff that you see. Sometimes the dope stuff is the stuff that you make it through. All of the dope stuff is the stuff that you make it through, that you survive and you grow from, get closer together, and get stronger as a couple from. And I think that's what we're finding our moments in. And I think my perspective is definitely shifted from like really celebrating, ooh, hey, look, y'all, we on a picnic. Or, hey, look, y'all, we arguing over cup holders, you know what I'm saying? Like, to now, man, look at what we conquered. Like, we are undoing a generational pattern. We're undoing unhealthy, toxic behaviors. We're undoing poor self-image that's leaking into our relationship dynamics. And that stuff right there, to me, is what makes the picture so beautiful, right? Like when you see me look at her in her eyes, like, there's a reason why it looked like that. And it ain't just because we so in love. No, it's because like we done held hands coming through the fire.
Stuff,
yeah, nah, definitely, like,
individually and as a couple. And I think that's what y'all see. Y'all don't know it, but that's what y'all see. So that's what we want to use this platform to talk about, is just like all the tough stuff that leads to those moments. And while it never feels good going through it, like, nobody wants to go through a divorce. Nobody wants to know what it's like to live in a separate house from your kids or share time with your kids, when they're away from you and they're having big moments that you're missing just because of a dynamic that you've created. Nobody wants to have to address hurt that you felt at 2 years old that you didn't even know, but that has festered from 2 to 30 and is now coming out every time you see or get in a relationship with a new man, and you can't figure out why it's working, but it's because you didn't address stuff that entered into your life before you was even cognitively aware that was happening to you.
Absolutely.
Or when you have to address generational things that have happened from time and time and time again, and now you find yourself faced with that same situation, and the only way you know how to respond is how everybody done responded that came before you. We're here to expose it, to show you how we got through it, so that when that right one does come, you're in a space to now receive it.
Absolutely.
and then you gonna be the goal.
Yeah, the goal for everybody should be working on you, like self goals, and the better you become, the better your relationship becomes, right? Like your best work, your best relationship requires like the best version of yourself, and that's really the goal. That's really the goal. So look, I ain't got no more to say on the matter. I love these conversations because I just think they're so valuable in the sense that it paints a better picture of something that I think for good reasons became popular. Like relationship goals been a thing for years.
Yeah.
For years. I think first time I noticed was like 2016. And I was like, what is
That was
the
Meek Mill and Nicki Minaj was the first thing, like
Goals.
first thing
That's
that I
the first
started
one
to
you
hear
saw?
about, like relationship goals.
Yeah. Yeah.
I was like, why them?
Okay.
But now I'm like, why us? You know what I'm saying? Like, and I never thought I would be a relationship goal.
More us than them.
Oh, for
No, I'm
sure.
playing.
But,
Nobody.
I mean, if we have to be, we gotta pick one. Pick us, please. But no, like I never thought I would be in a space where people would look up to my relationship because listen, I was terrible at relationships.
Oh yeah.
And I don't think I realized it. I thought I was the angel. Like, oh, they all messed up. I can't find a good man. Turns out it was me. A lot of it was me.
Same. I think I was really good at certain aspects of it, but I didn't handle problems well. As long as everything was good, I was so good at it. But the moment it got bad and I had to work through stuff and have like some mental fortitude and emotional fortitude to like work through stuff, that's when it really exposed itself. You know what I mean?
It's crazy because I was the exact opposite.
Oh, yeah,
As
yeah.
long as there was chaos, I was good. I know how to manage chaos. I know how to work through
Lord
chaos.
Jesus.
Like you cheating, okay, I'm a catch you, and then we gonna fight, but then we gonna be good. But when it presented itself as just good, I always found a reason for it to make it bad. This can't be real. What you hiding? Why you pretending? Tell me what's really going on. Like, so I was the exact opposite. If a situation presented too good to be true, then I was gonna find a way to make it bad.
No wonder you was sending me through all that rigmarole in the beginning.
You welcome.
Nah, I
Earn
know.
this prize. No, just like no, but for
Irritating.
real, like chaos was my normal.
Yeah, nah, it wasn't mine. It wasn't mine. And anything that felt like it, I just ran. I didn't try. It wasn't even, and to be honest with you, it wasn't even like chaos. It wasn't like infidelity and cheating like that. It's just like, you know what? I don't like the way you said that.
Nah.
And I'm not gonna voice it, but I'm gonna be mad in
Just
our
gonna catch an
attitude.
attitude.
And I'm not gonna call as much. I'm gonna slowly ease my way out.
Yeah.
Pretty soon it's like, what's going on? It's weird. You know what? I just feel like we're drifting apart.
Nah, see me, I gotta pick a fight.
Huh?
I gotta pick a fight. Like
See, I ain't never in on no fight.
where you coming in the house, like I'm gonna find a reason to pick a fight at you. Like if you willing to fight, then you invest it. That's how I felt. Like if you don't want to fight, then you just like, no, I need to fight. Like we gotta figure out a way for it to make chaos because chaos felt comfortable to me.
There's so many people like that. Still, that's not the move, y'all.
It's not. I'm here
It's
to
not
tell
the
you,
move.
being on the other side of it, it's not. Like not knowing what's gonna happen in your life from day to day, or just being in such a tumultuous situation that you have no peace and no peace feels good. Yo, that's a bad situation to be in. It's a bad situation to be in. Our pastor said today, you're supposed to go through the valley. Like you're not supposed to live there. I had made a home in chaos.
Yeah, I definitely jotted that down. If y'all my friends on Instagram, y'all definitely gonna hear that later. It's gonna sound a lot different, but it's same concept.
Yeah, like it's tough, and it's tough to break through cycles.
Absolutely.
Hardest thing to break, but the most beautiful thing on the other side. So if that's you, if you find yourself struggling or feeling like it's not good if y'all not fighting, or it's not good if y'all not arguing, I'm here to tell you that is not where it's at. Coming home and being happy to see my man just sitting on the couch watching TV, amazing. Knowing that every night he's gonna be there, amazing. not even have to question his loyalty, amazing. I don't ever want to be back in that situation.
That part.
And I pity, and not pity, but I pray for everybody who's in that moment right now and is equating that with love. That's not love.
Peace is the goal. Trust is the goal. Contentment, joy, and happiness is the goal. And just fighting through adversity, like that's the goal. So yeah, love this conversation. And I think even me, like I think I approached this like I had answers, but even as we were talking, like there was stuff I heard that was like, you know what, that's valuable that I don't think I recognized before. Like you said something about like even how we can have goals not for our partner, but like for ourselves. Like, oh, I need to be this for them. Or I see she's like, I gotta be that. You know what I mean? And we're almost like punishing ourselves for being something that we never were created to be.
Ever.
Yeah. Now you smoked that. You wise. You got a little something to say.
You know. You have on your Instagram post for every now and then.
Hey, come on. Come on. Yeah.
Nah, so y'all know what's next. Wednesday. And Wednesday, when we kick it with y'all, like we're making up for not being on last week. So maybe we'll come in with something dope for y'all, or just we'll have high energy. We'll be ready, because then we're going off to Nashville.
Whoop.
And I'm gonna put on my Daisy Dukes.
Okay. You
my
calm
crop
down.
top.
You calm down.
And my cowboy boots and my cowboy hat.
This is Cab. None of that is happening.
It is actually.
Let me find out you trying to trudge around.
Not a
this.
crop top though.
Oh, I was about to say, let me
Not a
find
crop
out. Let me find
It's a
out.
bodysuit. But I'm ready. I'm ready for Nashville. You ready?
I'm ready. I don't know what I'm ready for, but I'm going. Shoot. I'm going.
All right. So we will see y'all live on Facebook and YouTube tomorrow, 8:30-ish.
Be there, be square.
Be live, be there. And always remember, we love.
And y'all should love too.
Peace.
Peace.